BAHASHAM and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, which is the THAWADAH, and the women and men of the large multitude who the Lord's going to have mercy on. Now, this message has always been, if we as a people had some help, things would be different for the Israelite communities of the United States, right? So you thought it was going to be a fair thing to seek reparations and to think these people in power would give you a red cent. It's kind of like thinking that you're going to get an oceanfront property in Iowa. It's not going to happen, and it shows how docile and lost most of our people are. All you ever hope for is to be on an equal playing field. Understand, we will never be on an equal playing field. Not here. Not while we're in hell. And you're still under the curses. Because you are Lazarus and you are hated. Psalms 83 is living in every corner, in every community where traffic is. The nations get loans in Babylon the Great, but you don't. They're all well favored and you're not. And they don't care. You had an NFL wide receiver pulled over in his Lamborghini on the way to a football game, right? Why? Because he's a black man riding a Lambo with dreads. Okay? You're not wanted here, but our people have this sense of you want to be loved. Have you asked yourself why the nations haven't gotten together and had a fund to help unfortunate Israelites, knowing that we're trapped in a snare? Right? Because they're a part of it. So just like the parable of Lazarus, these are the dogs that lick our sores. This is Luke 16:21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sores. They're dogs, and these dogs are the nations. They lick your sores. They pacify you by selling you a 2-for-1 pack of blunts. All right, chicken been sitting in glass for 3 or 4 days, and they won't eat that shit. You know, the Arab man doesn't give a damn about you. He makes money here, setting up his businesses, obeys his master Esau, Edom, making money and thriving. The Chinese man, the Japanese man, Moab, Ammon, Elam. They don't care if your son or daughter dies in the streets of America tonight, because that's the storyline, the attachment that we're a messed up people and that's how we're supposed to be. It is, and it will always be associated with us that we're dysfunctional. You know why? It's because we're under the curses. But see, you know, our people, so-called black people, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you know, and that word black is a social construct that Jake throws around to think it empowers you, but it doesn't. Hispanics, not the Spaniards, but Hispanics of the Latino tribes and the Native Americans, but especially Negroes, right? Negroes have that soft heart for every people on this earth. But you can care less about yourselves or your brother. Right? What is that? That's the curses. And to believe for over 70 years, you march to be equal to a people that's biblically, genetically, morally beneath you. Right? We're more superior than any other people on this planet. The Lord made a covenant with you and not other people. Right? Amos 3:2 literally says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay, aren't we punished? Aren't we the bottom of the totem pole? And it's not a secret. Everybody knows it. Again, the way the nations look at you when you walk into their stores, eat in their establishments. They're unfair to your children in school. You know, and depending what part of the country you live in, you're still reminded, like that wicked nigga Jay-Z said, you're still a nigga. But that mind state is a mind state for beneath. The Lord said in Deuteronomy 76, let's just get it, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord Yahawah thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people upon the face of the earth. Now, we read this particular verse to you for years as a boast of faith, as an eye-opener. Like, damn, that's how the Lord feels about me, right? But you don't believe the scripture because you don't believe in the Bible. You want that personal relationship with God, right? That's what they taught you in the church house. Make sure that you have a personal relationship with God, but you don't even know his true name. And when you find out certain details about the Lord Yahawah, it's too much for you. The Lord hates, he kills, right? And he judges. That's too much for you. You want this cupcake God in the sky. And really what it comes down to is your focus, so-called black people, has always been whether other people can be saved. Why not other people? Well, because the Lord said he chose you. He loved you, that's why. Deuteronomy 7:7, the Lord Yahawah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep this oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out of the mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen and from the hand of the Pharaoh and the king of Egypt? Right, because Moses said, let my people go. He didn't say let everybody go. You are Lazarus, they are not. He made an oath, which is that covenant to Abraham. You're the apple of his eye, the nation that's not desired. We are not desired out here. We are downtrodden, looked down upon. We are a proverb, right? But we are the Lord's woman. And he's going to come back and redeem us out of this state, right? Being married to YAHAWASHI, we are adorning ourselves for his return. So you Israelites that hear and understand all this good news of what's going to happen in the future is set for you. But for now, we're reminded that we're still under the curses. You know, you may be more valuable to your company, but you don't get no accolades because this isn't your rest. This is your hell. You may have your house in order, but Esau can come at any time and knock on the door and change your life for the worse, where the woman that's in your house will compass you. This isn't your rest. This is your hell. And they look at you with that dross that the scriptures speak about. Let's get Ezekiel 22:18. We have to understand we are under the curses and you are hated. Ezekiel 22:18, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead. In the midst of the furnace, they are even dross of silver. So the house of Israel is become dross, which is why we need the mediator YAHAWASHI. The Most High can't deal with us in his perfection. We're too filthy. But the hopeful elect through the Lord, by dying daily, we're, Lord willing, spiritually washing off the dross. But see, the 2/3 that trust in America, you can't hear this message about the Most High and his Son because you still want to be accepted in America. You heard this truth and it completely turned you off. Your mind is still enslaved with shackles of his philosophy. And what is dross? Right? What is dross? Let me show you how the power in the heavens looks at Israel. All right? This is the definition of dross. It says waste or impure matter, a discardment, the scum that forms on the surface of molten metal as a result of oxidation, worthless. Scum off the surface of metal, that's that gook that you just can't get off your silverware. Well, the Lord has compared Israel to worthless. You want to save everybody but yourselves, not loving yourself. You just will not adhere to the laws of the Most High God. Right? Pork, money, and the P word that rhymes with, you know what I'm saying, rolls over you. Not taking these times seriously. Right? Talking to the men. The Lord has a lake that's prepared. If you hear this message and understand, and you still won't come into this truth, you're that silver and brass that he's going to burn when World War III ends. That's the only thing that's going to clean you up. And the prophet Ezekiel explains it. It's Ezekiel 22:20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. So this isn't talking about your fine silver in your home. It's talking about people, Israelites, that's soon about to be deleted, all right, melted, as the Lord said, because you want to be an American rather than an Israelite. See, you really don't necessarily know the punishment entailed coming to you, because deep in your heart, you'd rather be accepted by society and Esau. You want to be faithful to your life and your image rather than to lose out. Coming into this truth, which is well organized, everything is decently in order. Well, Jake is out of order. And that life that you're living isn't sustainable. And the Lord is going to paralyze our people for not listening to him, meaning not allowing them to escape. 2/3, thus saith the Lord, will not survive. The Lord is going to be aggressive with his approach to target each and last one that's not his for the fire. Ezekiel 22:21. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and you should be melted in the midst thereof. This is what's coming. This is the punishment for being disobedient. But the elect is going to be purified as gold, as that precious metal, that precious stone to him, which the lively stones being perfected and predestined from the beginning. All right, real quick, let's get Zechariah 13:9. Okay, this is the prophecy of what's coming to pass. This is Zechariah 13:9. I will bring the third part to the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. Right, that's the elect. And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Right, we're going to call on his name because we know it. But silver reprobates and bronze brute beast will be destroyed. But he's going to keep the gold if you can pick up what I'm putting down. The elect has been chosen. The men and women who's purging out everything in Babylon the Great right now, removing the impurities from us to serve him in this wicked flesh, man. All right, 2nd Ezra 16:73 says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, because they're going to be tried in fire. The gold is the elect, and we will be tried. But because your belief in the Lord, Lord willing, he's going to have mercy on us. You're not going to have mercy. Going back to Ezekiel, the Lord said, worry about how the elect shall be saved. Ezekiel 22:22, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And you should know that I, the Lord, YAHAWAH, have poured out my fury upon you. And our people have always sought for so-called woken men to save us. We've always looked for a savior, but you're not looking for YAHAWASHI. Malcolm was for the nation of you Islam jakes. Martin for the plantation Christian so-called black man and woman, right? They gave Marcus Garvey for our brothers in the islands. Benjamin and Levi. Issachar, they gave you Cesar Chavez. And guess what? All of them was put to death. You had Jake out here following Gandhi. You see, this is the wine and the philosophy that you love to drink. And Jake is drunk. None of them can save you. And since you don't believe in YAHAWASHI, all of you are looking for Jesus the Christ to save you. But when YAHAWASHI shows up, all you marching, Christmas celebrating, Halloween dressing, part-time Christian, part-time Israelites, you're going to be in a terrible case, because we're in severe times. So many people are vulnerable to the future prophecies of what's coming. You're basically a ticking time bomb, as St. Peter says, made to be taken and destroyed, being brute beast, right? And I want to get a precept. This is 2nd Esdras 8:29. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. This is why we do these videos. Come out of what you've learned and step into what is true. 2nd Esdras 8:55 says, and therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they have taken liberty, they despise the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. This is the message continually coming out to you. And you don't have to be a prophet to make your call and election sure. All right, just being obedient to him, listening and learning. You may give alms every once in a while, right? Look, you're going to be blessed, because many other Israelites are prepared for the lake. They have no hope. So be prepared for your reward, man. This is Matthew 10:41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. So these small things are big to the Lord Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Right? This is going to get you that invitation that's going to be provided with a white wedding garment. Okay? They have no hope. So be prepared for your reward, man. This is Matthew 10:41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. So these small things are big to the Lord Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Right? This is going to get you that invitation that's going to be provided with a white wedding garment. Okay? Matthew 10:42, let's get that. It says, and whosoever shall give drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall no wise lose his reward. So even if you give a man of the Lord a cup of water, you have many rewards coming to you, man. Okay? If you're chosen, many rewards are coming because you believe in him and you fear him, right? So because they don't believe, should I make the Lord Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, of none effect? No. Which means the nations, Esau, Edom, and 2/3 are about to be judged. Judgment is coming soon. But the prophets and the saints, because your works followed you with your belief, because many believe what we're preaching, the destruction of Babylon the Great, and many don't. They think it's a fallacy, and you're going to continue that train of thought right up until the day of doom comes. And that day of doom is going to be the beginning of our time. Revelation 11:18, let's get this. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Right, destruction is at nigh. You have to get with the program. All right, it's about your nation, you serving the Lord. All right, so I hope this lesson has been edifying to the elect, to the sheep. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM RAKAHAKWADASH. This is the brother Azan Ha'amath, Wa Ababubul. Shalom.